What's up, guys? MrVerry here, and today I'm bringing you the Life of Adronus number 28, where Ildil, a returning guest, and I take on the Arcanum. So the Arcanum houses a pretty wide variety of creatures: Warlocks, demons, Hand Accursed Fate, Liches, and there's undead dragons further in. But I think I named the majority. Oh, diabolic imps, of course. Can't forget those. There's tons of those. So right now, I'm just checking to make sure that recording isn't making me lag. And after that, we go in. Because we're on Skype right now, and with Skype and my recording software and Tibia up all at the same time, I was worried that it might lag me out too much, but so we're getting prepped to go in right now. And when we do pop through, whenever you pop through the Arcanum, there's always like at least 3 to 5 Liches and like 3 to 5 Warlocks, and you have a chance of getting a Hand of Cursed Fate on you at the same time as all those other creatures. So this is a really rough area. I could hunt here by myself, and so could Dill, but it's much easier with each other. Also, there's an Ifrit. There's Ifrits in here too, yes. Forgot about them. They're a pain in the ass because, for those of you who don't know, Djinns and Ifrits are a Djinn. They get you severely drunk. So you're going to see I go ahead and drop an explosion on the Warlock, and I curse him so that if he goes invisible, we can take him out immediately. And we drop that one with pretty easily, so I aim an explosion trying to knock both of the Warlocks out of invisibility. And there's 2 on me, but that one keeps switching, and he runs away, so I target the one to the east, who just waved, or beamed both Dylan and I at the same time. And Dylan uses, right now he uses crystalline arrows, and I forget what else. So I pull the hand on Dylan, as Dylan has much more health than me and is going to be able to take on the hand a little bit easier than I can with my health. And we let the hand run for now and decide that it's a better move to go after the Warlocks that are already on us. And the Ifrit in this room already respawned and is making me very drunk at this part. So unfortunately, when I was recording, we didn't really get much loot. Like, we didn't loot any significant rares. But when we came back after I was done recording to continue hunting, since we didn't get many rares, we figured that if we continued to hunt here, we would actually have decent loot luck. And that theory was a good one, because we ended up getting 2 golden armors out of Warlocks, which is their rarest loot. Actually, they are less likely to drop a golden armor than they are a Ring of the Sky. And we got a demon shield out of a demon, boots of haste out of a Hand of Cursed Fate, and a shitload of guardian shields, skull staffs, a variety of other small items, fire axe. Oh yeah, and there's 1 defiler in here. Just 1 lonely defiler. But, anywho, so luckily we did end up making most of our money back the second time around, if not all of it and then some. But the first time around, it was a little rough. It sucked. We were pretty disappointed in the loot. And I was disappointed because I like to get good loot while I'm recording. I like for you guys to go, oh shit, like, that's nice, you know, seeing that we looted all that. But That didn't work out, but at least I get to show you the area and show you our tactics for the creatures. So I'm going to talk a little about Hands of Cursed Fate. They can deal up to, well, actually probably a little bit over 1,000 damage if they are close to you. They have a death hit, I believe, and they have a life drain, and their melee is high. They can also mana drain for up to a little over 1,000. So that's pretty rough too. You got to be careful of those hands. Hands scare me. If I don't, I try to avoid them. My strategy is to just try to stay away from them. However, if they haste, they move faster than any player can. It doesn't matter what level you are. It doesn't matter what you're using. When they're hasted, they will outrun you. And they go invisible, which is one of the biggest pains in the ass about them. They also run at about 3/4 of their health. They run in low green, and that is actually helpful. If they didn't run, they would be even worse. But once they run, the key thing is to not let them run away and go invisible and heal. You want to corner them and mercilessly beat them while they're not responding. So that's definitely the strategy there. Defilers, you just want to use fire attacks if you're a sorcerer. If you're a paladin, obviously holy and physical. The imps are, I believe, neutral to energy damage, and they are weak to ice and holy. So I oftentimes use icicles on the imps in order to catch them while they're running, because they do run away and they do go invisible. And that seems to be a reoccurring theme with the majority of the creatures in the Arcanum. It seems like most of them go invisible. Warlocks, the Diabolic Imps, the Hand of Cursed Fate, all pretty decent adversaries that use invisibility. And Imps can hit for up to like 450 with their fire explosion, and in some of these rooms there's like 4 to 5 of them. So you definitely have to be careful and take things slowly when hunting Imps. You can see how heavy of damage I take at certain points in the video when I have an Imp and a Warlock or several Imps on me. And if you watch Dylan's health, you'll see that he gets reamed out a couple times in here. So right now we've got the Warlock in a really good spot. He's cornered, but unfortunately the spot that Dylan moved to made him run. If we had stayed where we were, he wouldn't have run. And that's a big thing. When you're cornering creatures with a teammate, you need to make sure that you are both standing opposite of where you want it to run, and that'll keep it in the corner. However, if one of you isn't in the right spot, there is a chance that it'll just run off. So those are concentrated demonic bloods, which the Diabolic Imps, the Hands of Cursed Fate drop, Nightmares drop them, a variety of creatures which were introduced in the Pits of Inferno drop them, so do Grim Reapers, and what they do is they turn into either a strong health potion or a strong mana potion, and there's a 50% chance of them turning into either. Liches, you want to use fire or ice damage. They are weak to fire, but I believe they take regular damage to ice. And there's 2 demons in this room, a couple Warlocks, and several Imps. So certainly have to be careful when moving into this room. You don't want to get all that on you at once. So you see we have a Warlock and a demon on us, and the demon is targeting me. and I begin to use my SDs rather than my icicles to deal as much damage as possible. I alternate between my SDs and my icicles because I want to conserve SDs for the Warlocks, as Warlocks will not take damage to ice. They're immune to all elemental damage except for Earth. Earth deals 5%, so you can use stone showers to knock them out of invisibility. However, I prefer to use explosions to knock them out of invisibility because I can actually deal damage while doing so. And I missed that explosion because Dylan is moving toward it, but he was actually trying to knock it out of invisibility with his mass sand as well. And there's the first loot of the hunt. You know, nothing great, just a skull staff. And I'm trying to go into my bags to find my blessed stake, and I do that. And a diabolic imp has respawned, so we go and attempt to take him out. Unfortunately, he starts to run away, and my second avalanche doesn't finish him. But another hand has respawned, so we need to take him out. And you'll notice that we always focus on the hand first. Like I said, the hand does the most outrageous damage out of everything here. And you get to see the hand beat me up for a little bit and watch me run away in a scared panic. So, ooh, see that? Look at how low of health that got me to. And right there, I was like, Dylan, you need to get the hand, man. There's a hand on me. It was funny. Wasn't so funny getting knocked to that low of health, but like I said, hands are not something to mess with. They can deal some pretty heavy damage. So you want to make sure that either your knight or your paladin of the group is having the hand target them. Druids and sorcerers should not be messing with the hand too much. That can be very dangerous. So, just getting all of our stuff together. And moving east. And you can see that for this area, I wear my Royal Scale robe, which provides 5% protection to fire, 12 armor, and magic level boost of 2, so that I can heal for more and deal more damage. And all the majority of the creatures here use fire-based attacks, so it's pretty helpful for that too. And the dwarven legs are armor 7, but protection to physical 3%, so that's very helpful. And there's our second rare of the hunt, which is a guardian shield. And Dylan was having the tanking along the demon while I was dealing with our other creatures. And get 5 assassin stars. Demons drop a fair amount of assassin stars too. Not as much as the undead dragons do, but a fair amount. And we didn't end up getting any loot from the Liches, which is pretty disappointing because they drop Maxilla Maximus, which is what you need to tame an undead cave bear, which I've actually killed 3 or 4 undead cave bears, and my paladin was on Tibia Wiki on the cave bear page for a long time with a picture of him and a cave bear. And I don't know if he still is or not. He may be, but I'm not totally sure. So I curse the Warlock immediately so that if he goes invisible, we can spot him again. And I was telling Dylan that he should use Utori San or Holy Flash because it's a damage over time like my curse, but it's holy damage, and I think that it would... Actually, I don't think. I know it would be more effective on Warlocks and other creatures who are weak to holy, as well as we would have multiple things damaging them, and they would get knocked out of invisibility. So the room to the north has several Liches, an Ifrit, about 5 Diabolic Imps, and a Hand of Cursed Fate. And I believe the hand is creeping up. If not, it will be soon. But, oh yeah, I was going on about Liches loot. Sorry, bouncing around topics here. And Liches drop some pretty awesome stuff, actually. They're the only creature in the game that drops castle shields. And castle shields are very cool decoration items. They're rare to loot from Liches, and Liches are the only thing that drops them. And they drop blue robes, Ring of Healing, and black pearls and white pearls, and the Maxilla Maximus, of course. But other than that, really nothing too special. The hands, however, drop a whole lot of special shit. You can get violet gems, yellow gems, boots of haste, knight armor. They have a huge loot list, guys. I can't even name all the stuff they drop. If you want to check it out, go on tibia.wiki.com and take a look at that. And they drop Wands of Infernos pretty often, Emerald Bangles, yep, that's right. And we get a small Sapphire. So that one had a decent combo loot. And back on the Defiler now. And while there is only one Defiler here, his spawn time seems to be shorter than the other creatures in this room. And we wanted to explore the entirety of the Arcanum, but upon going in here and clearing things out a little more, we realized that that wouldn't be such a good idea. And the reason for this is when we go through the teleporter at the north, there's a room with 2 hands, which we end up killing, and unfortunately my software stopped recording right then, so that part gets skipped. It'll flash to me being in the room fighting one of the hands with Dylan. And I was talking to Dylan and I said, well, actually there's 2 Ifrits in this room, guys, sorry about that. But I say to Dylan, well man, if we do go ahead and clear this out, you realize that when we pop back through the teleporter, there's going to be a Hand of Cursed Fate and 5 Diabolic Imps. And those can one-hit me, and they can certainly one-hit Dylan. They could one-hit either of us. So we decided against that, so that, you know, there wouldn't be any unfortunate deaths on this hunt. And we mainly hunt in this section. We do go through to the other section just to show it. And I believe that's where the undead dragons start coming in. And we would have been fine going through there. It's just, it's a matter of getting back alive. And it wasn't worth losing that much experience on our characters just to show an area. So a lot of you said that you hoped that I did a full commentary on my last hour-long video. And while I don't mind doing an hour-long commentary, and it's not that I run out of things to talk about, I could talk for ages. Any of my friends in real life will tell you that. I rant sometimes, and I don't even mean to. But it's not that I don't like doing hour-long commentaries, it's that I like to divide my time up in a certain manner, and there's certain talking points that I like touching on in my videos. Like, I like talking about what types of attacks you should use against certain creatures, what certain creatures are weak to, certain strategies to take out creatures, and the good loot that creatures drop. And also how good of experience an area is, and how good of loot you're on average going to get in an area. So after I talk about all these things, and I might mention some other things like things to do with my channel or things to do with real life once in a while. I don't talk about that a lot, but sometimes I touch on it. But after I talk about all this, really I've touched on everything I would like to inform you guys about, and so I feel like it's necessary to end the commentary there. And the same thing is, right now what's happening is, so that's that, but right here, my avalanches aren't going off because I'm on the same stack as Dylan, and I believe this was just added with the recent update. It may not have been, don't quote me on that, but that was really frustrating because I was sitting there spamming avalanches like, why is this not working? I want to get these liches out of the fucking way so that we can kill all the other stuff. But it was because we were on the stack together. So Dylan gets a nice Exoricon out of screen there to finish off that Warlock. And I'm taking on the Lich, trying to finish off the Diabolic Imp before it runs away, but it gets too far gone. And I switch to my Wand of Defiance because my Wand of Defiance deals far more damage to Diabolic Imps than my Wand of Voodoo does. And here's where we get the two hands. No, it isn't. Sorry, guys. This is a single hand right now. We kill this one, and then we go back into the other room and end up pulling two hands at once. And actually, I pull the two hands at once. And when I do this, I run to the teleporter immediately, because you guys saw earlier how much damage one hand dealt to me. So you know that two hands could deal their average hit and kill me. They don't even have to deal their maximum, because one hand's maximum is almost my full health as it is. And yeah, Hands of Cursed Fate drop sudden death runes, which I think is really interesting. I think they're the only creature that drops sudden death runes, I want to say. But yeah, here's where it gets crazy. So there's the two hands, and my recording is about to flicker. You can see I run through the portal immediately. And right here I accidentally hit the wrong hotkey, which is one of the buttons that and a hand runs at me too while there's an imp, so I get scared. And this hand's targeting me. And we get it so that both hands are running, and then it's gonna skip out and skip in. And you can see the other hand starts targeting me, and I'm like, Dylan, get this fucking thing off me. I'm trying to handle the other one. If that other one heals, I'm dead, man. So, here's where the recording stops. And then switches. And we finish off the hands. Sorry. And go back through. So I apologize that you guys didn't get to see that. I really did want you to. That was, like I said, I accidentally hit the wrong hotkey, which ends the recording and immediately starts to save it. And then I have to wait for it to save. And then I have to wait to click save and edit. And then I can start recording again. So while this was happening, I was hunting and making sure that, you know, Dylan got the help he needed. So you've seen the majority of the area you're going to see. However, we are going to continue to hunt. And right now I'm waiting for Dylan. I think he ran to get a beer or something. And it was funny because before we came in here, I was low on energy rings, and... Or was it in here? Yeah, I think it may have been. I was low on energy rings, and I needed energy rings. So I decided that we would go to the Arak demons that I showed in my Edron Hero Cave video and look around on the floor as well as kill some to try to see if we could loot any energy rings before we moved on to hunting. And I ended up finding 2 energy rings on the floor, which were full, so that's an extra 20 minutes of time with Mana Shield. I am sorry, guys. And I said that that would suffice. So we happily moved on and went into here. So you can see all the loot we've gotten so far from all these creatures we've killed is a Wand of Inferno, a Guardian Shield, and a Skull Staff. Really not that great of loot. And there's a demon down there, it just used an energy beam. And we were focusing on the Warlock and getting him off, and the demon should be running towards Dill, and it does. So right now there's a hand and a demon, which is some scary shit, and the hand was targeting me at the same time as the demon. I was a little nervous about that because that could easily end my life. So, mainly using SDs on the demon, using the occasional icicle, and the reason for that is that I didn't want the hand, or I wanted to crush the demon before the hand was around, because I didn't want the hand switching onto me while Dylan was trying to take care of it, because that would have been very poor. And you can see right there the demon beams Dylan while it's chasing me. Pretty funny. So we take out the hand. Still pretty lacking of any good loot. This, like I said, this is not a video for great loot, which is disappointing. So I run back up here so that I can skin the demon in hopes that I will retrieve a demon dust. And no luck. So Dylan has to AFK for a bit here. Or no, I AFK for a bit. Actually, my cat took a shit on my floor. So I was a little pissed off, and it reeked to high heaven. And, you know, I put his face in it, and then I put him in his litter box and was like, what the hell are you doing, man? You got no reason to just shit on the floor. It's pretty unnecessary. But yeah. So right here, just waiting to move forward. I'm taking care of what I need to with my pain in the ass cat, who I love so very much. And you can see that I'm wearing a bronze amulet, as I do in a lot of the areas that I hunt in, where creatures do massive mana drain, such as the Hand of Cursed Fate. He has some of the nastiest mana drain in the game. Probably the nastiest of any normal spawning creature. And of course there's Warlocks, which steal mana, and Demons, which mana drain as well. And they're not as bad as the hand, but the 20% that you get from the bronze amulet definitely still helps. So yeah, I'm thinking about doing one of my next videos on the Colossa, or the sunken quarter. Perhaps I'm going to do one of each at some point. I'm just not sure which one I want to do next. I actually went and hunted in Colossa for fun the other day, and I wasn't recording because I was just doing it for something to do and trying to get as much experience as possible, and didn't want the added responsibility of doing a commentary at that moment. And I got very lucky. I ended up looting 2 skull helmets, which are worth 40k each and are armor 9 and they weigh 42 ounces. They're pretty decent helmets. And I looted a crown armor from a Quora Pincher, and a glacier robe, and the 2 skull helmets were from Quora Predators, and 2 wands of cosmic energy, and really nothing out of the mantisins. And the constrictors don't really drop good loot to begin with. So that was awesome. After I started hunting there and saw what awesome loot I was getting, I was actually wishing I was recording. And right here, because I love to show you guys awesome loot. But right before there, I was getting chased by 2 diabolic imps, a lich, and a demon all at once, and that's a bit much. If the 2 diabolic imps use fire explosions at the same time, and the demon hits me with any sort of substantial attack, that could kill me in 1 hit. So that's why you see me run and lure some of that shit on Dylan, because since he's a higher level and he's a paladin, he's much better fit for the task of handling that sort of stuff. So yeah, so you see me start to help Dylan here, and he's already taken out the majority of the demon, but... And unfortunately, you can see he's getting reamed out by the imp and the demon at the same time. But unfortunately, recently, I was hunting demons, and I was pretty close to level 217, and I've been between level 214 and 217 for, like, months now, and that's because I haven't, like, just straight power gamed like I used to. And not only that, but I've had all these fucking connection problems, either with my computer, my router, or Sipsoft's getting, you know, having DDoS attacks, and me dying from their servers being incompetent. And it's always something, and it's really discouraging to lose over 1 million. Like, I lose like almost 2 mil experience when I die, even with all my blessings, and that's really discouraging, and it's like really upsetting to be down to a level I've been for so long when it's not a show of my skill, and it's not a show of weakness when something like that happens, but it's just cruel fate, and there's nothing you can do about it. So, I don't know. I might start leveling again tonight and see how things go and hope for the best, because like I said, I was damn near 217 and I got knocked down to being 215 and 17% back to 216. So close to where I am in this video, along with a decent amount of magic level loss. So very discouraging. 217 would have been a new record for me, and I was really, really excited to get it. But I don't know, I'm gonna give it another try tonight, I think, and see how things go. Hopefully well. If they continue to go well, I mean, I'm still gonna be releasing videos regardless, because I enjoy releasing videos, and I have so much knowledge of this game from playing for so long and liking it as much as I do, that I feel almost obligated to share the knowledge I have, rather than just storing it and keeping it for my mind alone, when I very well could share it with you guys. And there seems to be a really good response to all my Tibia videos so far, And there's also a growing response in some of the other games I'm doing. And don't get me wrong, I love doing Tibia videos, but I don't only just want to play Tibia, and I don't want to just do Tibia videos. I'm going to continue to do Tibia videos because I love doing them, but I also love doing other games. And I hope those of you that are watching this that enjoy my Tibia videos will take the time to watch some of the other games I play, because I love educating people, and a lot of the games I play I'm very well versed on. You know, I'm not like a noob or anything, and I love teaching people things about games, as well as I love gaming in general. And the more support I get, and you know, the more views, likes, comments, and stuff, the more it drives me to create different content and reach out to different games. So I hope that you guys will continue to support me in that, and not just my Tibia videos. I do appreciate all the support in my Tibia videos. Do not get me wrong. But that's what you guys want. And and the main thing is producing things for you guys. But how do you know you're going to like my other videos if you don't give them a chance? But anyway, I digress. Went on about that topic for a little long. So, I'm going to give you guys not an hour-long commentary. I'm sorry. Not that gracious, I know. I'm a big meanie. But I will do a minimum of a 45-minute commentary for this video. So you can see that Dylan is handling the Hand of Cursed Fate, and there's another Warlock hitting him. And I told him to go ahead and handle those while I handle what's left over here. And there's one Warlock and one Imp running. Both on me, obviously. So I handle them and run back to go assist Dylan, who is about to finish off the hand while the Warlock is hitting him. And I've already cursed the Warlock, it would appear. And Dylan uses Mass Sand to knock it out of invisibility before even I do. And the only thing that we've looted besides this that's really valuable is all those demonic essences. You know, 1k a piece doesn't seem like much, but they do add up fairly quickly. So yeah, like I said, this is a really cool hunting area. Definitely good for a higher level knight and a higher level druid. They would be a decent team here, as most of the stuff here is either neutral or weak to ice, of course, excluding the Warlocks. And a paladin and a sorcerer team works well here too. As you can see, Dylan and I do great damage together to these creatures. We rip them apart, and it's very, very nice. So Dylan starts to target the Warlock, but then switches back to the Lich so we can finish him off quickly. And right here we're not sharing experience, which is kind of stupid. And later on, when I'm not recording, we end up sharing experience. And the reason that I say it's kind of stupid is because when you share experience, you both get, well, you don't, yeah, you both get a 5% experience bonus. So Warlocks normally give 4,000 experience. And then when you have shared experience enabled and you kill a Warlock together, you each get 2,100, which adds up to 4,200, and of course 200 is 5% of 4,000. And it definitely adds up. It does definitely add up, and that's very nice. It really is. So you can see Dylan chases down the Warlock in mass sands in order to knock him out of invisibility. And there's a Defiler. No problem. Very weak to fire damage. And typical strategy with Warlocks, Curse right off the bat, so that if he does get away from me or Dylan, he gets knocked out of invisibility without either of us using an explosion or mass sand. And we get a Stone Skinami, which is our 4th real rare. And those are worth around 2k, or they were last time I checked. And they've been worth around 2k for like a really long time. So that's really what I think they're worth. I mean, they do only have 5 charges. So you can argue the point that since they only have 5 charges, they shouldn't be worth much. But within those 5 charges, they give you 80% resistance to physical and 80% resistance to death, making a Juggernaut look like a little girl, since Juggernauts only use physical damage. And when fighting PvP, if you're fighting a group of mages and you have a Stone Skin on, then their SDs aren't gonna hit for shit. Of course, you have to keep checking your Stone Skin's charges and putting new Stone Skins on in order to make the best out of them, but they can be very effective and they can save your life against a variety of creatures. Definitely one of the most useful amulets as far as amulets that break. Definitely one of the most useful amulets for PvP next to Koshi's Ancient Amulet, which Paladins have a field day hitting someone with a Koshi's Ancient because you take 50% more damage from Holy. But you have an 8% resistance to death, so that makes the Druids and the Sorcerers have a much harder time of dealing damage to you. While they can still use their ultimate spells and really do some decent damage, at least they can't, do that. And before this past update, if they were to use all their ultimates at once without preparing and having energy rings or mana shield on together, they could very easily kill one another. And in a lot of PvP and old school PvP videos, you'll see sometimes when they're chasing one guy, the one guy will be focusing on a paladin or another mage, and then another mage will use his UE and end up killing his teammate on accident and not finishing off the person they're pursuing, which is really funny. I've seen that happen many times. And nothing like pissing your teammate off because you just decided that it would be a good idea to use your ultimate while he's right next to you. But I am going to end the commentary here, guys, because I've said all that I want to say, and I've shown the majority. Well, I have shown everything that this video shows already. The rest of it is just us killing some more creatures. So thanks for watching, guys. Continue to watch if you want to see some more footage, and I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like, comment leaving me feedback. I appreciate all the feedback that I get from you guys. And subscribe to my channel if you enjoy the content I produce, because there will be more of it to come. Once again, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoy, and I will see you in the next video.